My name is Rudolph, and I'm the founder of MBATUBE, MASTERTUBE, our two video platforms, and of course the two editorial and peer-to-peer recruitment platforms, MBA Grad Schools and mastergradschools.com. I've basically spent my entire professional career in higher education. So after my MBA, I dabbled, of course, a little bit in other industries, but eventually found myself in higher education. And I really think that higher education chose me rather than the other way around. So I'm South African, and part of my mission to come to Europe was, of course, to enter into a kind of a professional international career. But our dean at the time was a South African, and she poached me and basically told me, you need to come and work for me. I'll let you fly all over the world to recruit MBA students for our program. And so I jumped at the opportunity. The travel bug bit me, and then of course I went around the world and recruited students. I very quickly learned that, there's an MBA program for everyone. It's a very saturated market, but every MBA program really offers something very distinct. There's a different culture, there's a different learning method, there's a different approach, and of course there's a wonderful network that you buy into as well. So I made it my life mission to help people understand that there's an education program for everyone, and that a certain top-ranked school is not necessarily the right fit for you. So that's how I ended up in higher education. Part of my mission was really to make sure that students understand that you do your MBA and most of the time your master only once. Some students sell their houses, others sell their cars, they give up their security, their full-time jobs, and that all to venture into an MBA and embark on this learning experience, investing in themselves. So it's a big undertaking, it's a big investment in themselves. So how do you measure ROI? How do you know you actually made the right education decision? When I was a student looking for an opportunity to study abroad in South Africa, there was very few opportunities for me to really discover and understand the product offering around the globe. There was a couple of schools that were very heavily focused on their marketing, so you obviously knew about them, but I didn't know all my options. I don't regret the education that I followed and eventually pursued, but I wish I knew more. So when I started to think about what can I contribute to the graduate management education industry, it's just that. Offer people a service that I didn't have when I was looking for an education program abroad. We traveled all over the world. It was very labor intensive. You would travel and hop from one airport to the next to meet with candidates, stand at fairs, visit local partners and media agencies to really promote your school and your brand. Well, times have changed, and your prospective students are expecting a lot. They expect to find a lot of information online. And they do. They do find a lot of information online, maybe a little bit too much, but it's all very cold data, or very beautifully written copy. There's still a lot of information that sounds too similar, in my opinion. We are a top-ranked school, we are triple accredited, we have cutting-edge research, a beautiful facility and campus, and we're international. We have small, intimate classrooms. We are transformational. We are, focused on certain, sustainability and tech, etc. Which business school are you talking about, really? So my mission was to make sure that you understand that even if the product sounds the same, it's really, really different. There are distinct features that makes this learning experience a better fit for you rather than another school. And it doesn't matter. Rankings help you navigate and understand, of course, which business schools or which tier you can look at, but it's not the only criteria. You have to understand what you're buying. You have to understand the network you will obtain. You'll have to understand what learning fits better with you. Some learn more with case methods, others are more theory-based. Others really want to take a gap here in the middle and first go and apply and then come back to the classroom. And of course, formats. The way that you do your master or MBA is of course also important, depending on how it fits into your lifestyle. Part-time, executive, evening MBA, flex MBA. There are so many options today. I think my mission was really to make sure that students were not only able to compare data, right? Rankings, tuition, exit salaries, placement statistics, etc. That information can easily be compared in an Excel sheet. What I wanted you to understand as a prospective student was that every learning experience is different. And I really truly believe that video is one of those powerful mediums that just speaks louder. It explains the experience. It compares experiences. If one school's interpretation of being international is this, another school's interpretation of international or being international could be something completely different. And visually demonstrating that helps the student understand the differences and helps them make a better and informed decision. When we launched MBATUBE and MASTERTUBE in 2014, of course, many schools had video. Video wasn't new necessarily, but what was different was how universities was able to capture information of the viewers. What was different was the different types of videos, formats that was out there, and the way that those videos could be compared. But also YouTube was too big. If you were looking for a master in management, an MBA in fintech, you will find videos, but you will also find a video of Mariah Carey and a puppy and a bungee jumper in between. And so the smart recommendation element was missing for me. So I wanted to consolidate all of these business schools' videos in one place. We wanted to make sure that schools don't use this platform the same way as they did with a YouTube channel. We wanted to categorize videos in a way that's very friendly for users, but we also didn't want to make it a dumping ground for all of the videos that they produce. So we allow only 30 videos per school. Their latest and greatest videos that is timely, relevant, and actual and helpful at this time when you are making your search. So we, of course, wanted to make the search a little bit easier. So we categorized our videos in 3 categories: promotional content, fireballs and lightning; testimonial content, everything that anybody has said about their experience with the school or the program; and of course, faculty and research content, so the intellectual property of the school. Currently, we have approximately 400 institutions who share their content on our platforms. They update it very frequently, and I think we generate just over 1 million unique video views at the moment. But what we do is we cast the net wider, and we are trying to get the eyeballs that did not necessarily look for you to land on your videos so that they can better understand your school and, of course, the product or the programs that you offer. How we got into video production? Well, that's actually quite a funny story. A lot of schools wanted to participate in our portals. They wanted to showcase who they were, but they didn't have, the means to produce the content. Either they didn't have content creators internally or they didn't have the budget. And at that time, everybody still thought a video production should cost 20,000 euros and everything should look like it was produced in Hollywood. And of course, I love Hollywood productions, but I do believe that corporate content should be combined with user content and different types of content that are more digestible for students to understand. There are better ways for you to present your school in a more authentic way. A lot of students today want to see also what's behind the scenes. So also understand, what the true gritty experiences were, the good and the bad. In our industry, there are not a lot of review tools. And the reasons why students are not asked to rate and give stars to their education programs is because if you give your school a 0 or a 1 star, it reflects badly on the program that you chose. You made a bad decision and you devaluate your degree. So I understand that that kind of user behavior doesn't exist when it comes to higher education, but it's what people say and what they don't say on video that helps students understand whether this is a program and a school that is best suited for them. We also help and consult schools, of course, and what type of content would suit better for them. We're experts in video marketing, so even with our editorial content now, we always embed videos. We do a lot of YouTube advertising for them as well. So our signature is video. Video is ingrained in everything that we do because we truly believe in this medium. I think there are many new, fresh ideas in our industry, but you need to get the buy-in and you need to build credibility. And so that credibility was my main priority. I enlisted, of course, the help of industry professionals and colleagues, friends, to engage with me and help me build that credibility within the industry. So INSEAD, Cambridge, Oxford, they were there from day one. And of course, in our industry, it really helps having their names affiliated to your platform. So having had the opportunity to showcase their wonderful content also had a trickle-down effect on the industry. And today I can definitely say that I've seen the industry change. I've seen the way that video is being used and how they utilize video to effectively communicate who they are, what they stand for, what their brand promise is, and of course, ultimately, what you buy into. COVID had a massive impact on us. We couldn't travel, and of course, we couldn't go visit campuses to produce content. We repurposed, of course, a lot of content and did a lot of animated video content as well. But there was a big need for more content, and of course, a lot of people went online to do their searches. So the soar of traffic and of course the very big need for new content led us to build 2 new platforms, MBAGradschools.com and MasterGradschools.com. These platforms have 4 different tiers. The one would be the school search, the second would be editorial, and the third would be peer-to-peer recruitment, so that will be ambassador program, and the final will be an events module that we built as well. So this really answers the need for schools to play both the Google and the YouTube game. So we combine these 2 biggest search engines by not only creating the video, but also writing an article based on the video that we created. For us, using that source, that video source, builds credibility for the content that we write as well. So we don't only just write for SEO, we use the videos to demonstrate the source that we went after the content and deliver you as a prospective students real content, authentic content. So we constantly seek out new ways to develop our products, but moreover, to serve the prospective students. People like myself, when I was searching for an MBA. But we move on with the times. And what we also noticed that the day of recruiters, MBA master recruiters traveling around the world to recruit students have become more costly. There are many great events that I would absolutely encourage students to attend. But there are a bigger audience that do not take the time and do not have the means to visit these fairs and meet with representatives in person. Moreover, a lot of these school representatives are over their heads. They're being asked to do more and recruit more students with the same budgets. So how do you solve this problem? Well, you have an incredible alumni database. And if you really did your recruitment well and you recruited the right students, then my belief is that, you have a whole database of recruiters because they need to pay it forward. So what we want to do is to tap into those ambassadors, and we developed a peer-to-peer recruitment platform where students can come to our platform and look for somebody like themselves and engage at first in their own native language to just ask questions before they get in touch with the school. Before they get spammed by opting in to a certain platform, they want to just have a quick discussion. Hey Rick, you're from South Africa, I'm from South Africa. I want to study in Europe, you studied in Europe. Tell me a little bit more about your experience. And once you cross that first hurdle, then of course you will start engaging with the school, and you will enter, the recruitment funnel of that particular school. So that's really a tool that we think will be very valuable for students, prospective students in the future. Our objective is and will remain to support prospective students to make the right informed decision. The moment your student is happy with their decision, they understand and are happy with their return on investment, they graduate as happy alumni, that has an incredible ripple effect. It is a positive effect on the school, on the rankings, and I guess that's our contribution to the GME sector, the graduate management education sector. Yeah, so we're very excited about this next phase. We secured an investment round, and of course that means a lot of things for the organization. New staff, new product, a lot of paid search. We're very excited. So we'll continue to serve the industry. We'll continue to serve our clients. We listen very carefully to the needs. We adapt to the times. We have a very unique corporate culture. So we'll continue to pave the way and do our best and doing it in our way.